some say you are giving birth to babies. I don't know what kind of babies, mom. It could be a movie baby, it could be. So, what I'm looking at.
You're trying to get an exclusive, ain't ya? All I can say is this. I was working. I took some time to spend time with family. Just like it was very important. Sometimes you don't realize it, but you can be working non-stop for 2 years. Bear in mind, I'm somebody that I'm working in front of the camera and behind the camera. So I was focusing a lot behind the camera, and then I also took some very important time to focus on family. And that's all my family. My mama, my daddy, my sisters, my nephews, my nieces, all them, my many children. However you want to say it. Yes. No, but it was important. But the funny thing is, I'm still working. And I was even working when I was on the timeout, because a lot of times you're working with emails, you're connecting, you're trying to get your next projects up and coming. Last year I was in Azali, which I starred in. That film has done amazingly well, and also I produced the Burial of Kojo with Blitz the Ambassador and both Kwaku.
I'm excited to hear about the Burial of Kojo. It's making waves out there.
It is. What do you want to know? Tell me what you want to know.
Tell us a bit about the movie, and I'm hearing for the first time that
you produce it, which I think a lot of Ghanaians don't know that you are.
Okay.
I don't want people to know that you are the one.
No, so do you know what the funny thing is? I was one of the producers. Blitz, Blitz wrote the film, directed it. It's basically his vision, and me as a producer, Kwaku Obing Rating as a producer. We also have other producers in the US as well who came on board. For me, it was important to tell an authentic Ghanaian story, and when Blitz told me about what he was trying to do, I had to get on board. Now, producing is no joke. We're trying to find investors. It was very hard to try and raise money for this film. In the end, after the film was shot, Blitz had to have to put his own finances in. Me trying to, I tried to raise some money here and there. We did a Kickstarter, which is like a crowdfunding, to raise money to finish the film. And at the time, the goal was to raise $75,000 online, and we were able to raise $78,000, which we were able to finish the film. And now the film we premiered it in New York at Urban World Film Festival. It was in London. It's been in Brazil, South Africa. It's gone back to New York. And just now, Ava DuVernay's Array picked it up, and now it's going to be on Netflix from the 31st of March. This is me telling you a very short, nice story. If I tell you how difficult it was, extremely. One of the things is we stuck to it. There's so many people who worked on this film, and some of them probably will never get enough credit. But I'm just so proud that, to be a producer on this film. And I'm also the narrator in the film as well. So I'm also in the movie as well. But, and the new stars, who are coming out. You've got Cynthia Dankwa, little girl, an amazing actress. Joseph Ottisman, who's doing amazing. Kobna Sam, he and I were in Beast of No Nation together. He's in it. Henry Adolfo. And these are just amazing talent that the world needs to see.
Netflix is a platform that we don't usually get. It's a big deal for some of us when the movie is on. So we are wondering what are some of the things that we as an industry should do to get there. But then how do you feel about your movie going on that platform?
Listen, I'm very proud, and the whole team is very proud. I think from the little that I do know is we have some amazing stories we tell in Ghana, on the continent. A lot of times our quality has not met what they're looking for, and sometimes it's not your fault. It's you don't have the budget, you don't have, most people I know who do films here are doing it for the passion. We love it, but one of the things I know is if we're looking to get our films on an international platform, we need to step up to the plate. And I know right now there's a lot of filmmakers across Ghana, Nigeria, South Africa, the whole of Africa is stepping up. And bear in mind, this is the internet revolution. We have to catch up. People are not buying VCDs, DVDs anymore. So if you're not able to get, not just Netflix, there's others, bear in mind, but there's Netflix, Hulu, Amazon. There's other places you can go to take your films to film festivals, which the Burial of Kojo has been doing. It's important that I feel that when we make films now, let's do films that we can take and we can travel with. Because bear in mind, the beautiful thing about the film being on Netflix, you can have people from all over the world watch it. And that's amazing. Whereas before, back in the day when it was a DVD, Charlie, do copy before it would reach. And I think it's important too that since we, as filmmakers, we're losing revenue from DVD and CD sales, not a lot of people go to the cinema. Those kind of portals are key to be able to make some money and also to get the world to see your films, and that's what we want.
For those of us who are yet to see them, we want to know what role they play.
Okay, so the lead character is a little girl, Essie, who is retelling her life story. So I'm the older Essie, and I kind of give a portion about her relationship with her father, and when her world basically turned upside down. The story is about her father and her father's brother. And there's a conflict where, and I can tell you this, on the night of the wedding of her father's brother, her father kills the bride accidentally in the car, literally as they finish the wedding. And so he basically runs away from his guilt. He moves to a different town. He moves to Inzelezu, sets up his life. And then 7 years later, his brother comes finding him and says, look, we need you to go back home. And it kind of unfolds. It's a lot of sibling rivalry. But, and it highlights Galamsey because one of the things when he goes back home to Takwa, he gets into Galamsey. It's just a beautiful story. Beautiful story, shot in Ghana, Ghanaian crew. Only one, I think, crew member that was in Ghanaian, like essential crew. And I'm so proud of that because we've been able to make a world-class film. We didn't have Hollywood budget, but the fact that we've done a film that Abebrese would pick up and say, I'm gonna take this film, is a big deal. We don't take it lightly.
Amber, I know you usually do story, message-driven movies. If we have to pick a message from this movie, the main theme, what would you say?
Message. I think we make a few social commentary, that Galamsey obviously is one, without being judgmental.
True.
But essentially, I think this film undoubtedly highlights conflict and also forgiveness, and essentially also aspects of I don't want to say the wrong word, but you have to see the film. I don't want to give too much away, but we definitely highlight, sometimes when people are under mental stress, mental health issues
Depression.
are highlighted, just a few of the themes. But essentially, I don't think we have one message in this film. I think there's numerous messages and different people have told me that they've picked up on when they watch the film. So when you watch it, you will know.
Was it premiered in Ghana?
Yes, we had the premiere in Ghana in December at Silverbird, and we literally sold like 3 shows. We're supposed to do 2. We ended up doing 3. So that was great. It was sold out. And we've decided to take it back to the cinema because it's a film you watch in the cinema. It's great. We want to watch films on Netflix. It's fine, but I do think from the 22nd of March till the 30th of March, please go and support at Global Cinemas in Wager because it's showing and it's on the big screen. Watch it on the big screen. It's what it's like when you watch a film in the cinema.
Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you. You want to